Hey, brother teacher here again. I have a very interesting subject for you. I'll try to be brief with this subject, and that is the subject of boyfriends and girlfriends. When I was a young man, a very young man, a teenager, if you will, I had a girlfriend, and she had a boyfriend, which was me. And the idea of boyfriend and girlfriend on that particular level of my life was a misinterpretation. In other words, I didn't really fully understand what a boyfriend and a girlfriend was. Now, according to society, a girlfriend and a boyfriend was someone who was in a relationship um, without the responsibilities of being married, either because you just didn't get married or you were too young to get married. But here is the rub: there's no such thing as a boyfriend and a girlfriend as it relates to a relationship that's intimate. In other words, from a literary standpoint, a boyfriend and a girlfriend are friends with no sexual uh, intimacy at all. So you've heard women say, and ladies, you have said this before, hey, I'm going over my girlfriend's house. It's not a sexual relationship. You're going over your friend's house that is a girl. Now, contrary wise, or conversely, men would go over their men friend's house. But dare we say, or dare we not say, I'm going over my boyfriend's house? Because we would be viewed totally different by society as opposed to how women utilize that same statement relating to them. But that's society. Now, write that on your thumb for a moment when I use that expression. That's society. So, society frames how we think about our relationships. Society frames how we think about our lives in general. Should that be the way it ought to be? By no means. You are your own person. You're your own man or woman. Don't let any outside forces or sources define you, and especially define you as you understand nature to be. So, getting back to my original subject matter, boyfriends and girlfriends. Literally, when you say I have a boyfriend, you're saying that I have a friend that is a boy or a male. And the same is true in the reverse. If you say that you have a girlfriend, you have a friend that is a girl. If you don't believe that, look at this. Let's say I have a girlfriend and we're in a relationship, an intimate relationship sexually as well, and we have a baby. Has anything changed now? Are we still boyfriend and girlfriend? We have a child, let's say we are 17 and 18 years old and we move into our apartment. Are we still boyfriend and girlfriend? No, we're not. So let's X out that girlfriend boyfriend thing and just simply say we're married. Yes, I did say that. We are married. What is marriage, brother teacher? Marriage is the union between a man and a woman. That's what marriage is. First, you come together in your heart and your mind. It is a mutual agreement to be with one another totally and completely. It starts here first, and then it becomes physical and emotional. That is what marriage is, my friends. Marriage is not a piece of paper. So, are you saying, brother teacher, that you can be married without a piece of paper or a document? Absolutely. If You don't have your marriage license with you, and you go swimming, you go on vacation, you go over a family's house during a holiday season, or you go into the military and you don't have the documentation with you, are you still married? Yes, you are, without physically having that piece of paper there. Let's say you both have your wedding rings and you don't wear them, and you travel over to Puerto Rico or Germany or Spain and you don't have your wedding rings on. Are you still married? Yes, you are. Let's say you go anywhere in the US, anywhere in the world, and you don't have any physical paperwork, nor do you have your wedding rings or wedding bands, which are only tokens of you being married. Are you still married? Yes. So what are you saying, brother teacher? I'm saying this, ladies and gentlemen. Please understand me very, very well. Listen, put your thinking caps on. Marriage, as I forestated, starts here. Everything else is physical materialism. Okay? It is custom. It is tradition. Now, what many of us don't know, many of you don't know, is that Adam and Eve, if you are Christian or if you believe in the Bible and the creation of man, we can deal with the, I guess you can say, the agnostics and the atheists on some other video. But right now I'm talking about those who actually believe in creation from that standpoint. Then you will know that Adam and Eve, if you read the first chapter of Genesis, it said that they were husband and wife. They didn't have paper. They didn't have rings. But they were husband and wife because they were united here. And subsequently, every human being after that didn't need a piece of paper, didn't need to have a wedding per se with bridesmaids and groomsmaids and, you know, all of this other embellishment. All of that brings into money. It brings into tradition. It brings into customs. But customs and tradition and money have absolutely nothing to do with the fact that you had a union in your mind first between the two of you. And that's what made you married. I hope you understand where I'm coming from now. So why do we use or utilize a marriage license? Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a capitalistic society, a capitalistic world, and the United States is on top of that as far as capitalism is concerned. And capitalism is not spiritual. Capitalism has everything to do with money. And everything that we do in America requires a license or a registration so that the system, the monetary system, can benefit from us from the time that we're born until the time that we die. So you need permission from the government to be married so that the government can get a piece of that money from you for you becoming married. Yes, you do. This is not complicated. This is very simple, but you never probably ever thought about it. So don't you pay for a marriage license? Don't you pay for a wedding? Someone, some third party is benefiting from you getting married. And your marriage license is a contract. And you know that if you get a divorce, you have to, first of all, pay to get married. Then you have to pay the court system, the state, to get a divorce. Each way you've paid. And a little bit off the subject, when you die, you get a death certificate. You have to pay to die. You have to pay for a funeral service, for a coffin or urn if you're cremated. Do you get the point now? It's all about money. So to bring it on home, ladies and gentlemen, you do not need a piece of paper to tell anyone, to tell the world that you're married. Because God's institution said, let no man put us asunder in the scripture, what he has joined together, that is. So when the man and the woman decide that they want to be in a union with one another, then you are indeed married. Once you have made that decision between the two of you that you want to be with each other for the rest of your lives, you are married right then and there. All of the ceremonies are just that. They're just rituals. They're just ceremonies where other people get paid. It's that simple. So you might say, brother teacher, well, what happens when you don't want to be with that person anymore? Guess what? If you don't have a piece of paper saying that you're married, but you know that you're married between the two of you on a natural level, then you don't have to pay anybody to get divorced. But, you know, the legal system, if you will, they want to make money out of you. So that's why they try to force you into filling out paperwork to say you're married, then force you into filling out paperwork to say that you're divorcing, so that the system can constantly be pulling income from you. That's really it. The gig is up. You follow what I'm saying so far, ladies and gentlemen? I'm sure most of you do. And if you really think about it with an open mind, you know that it makes perfectly good sense. So if I decide that I don't want to be with that woman, or that woman decides that she doesn't want to be with me, the same thing that put us together in a union should be the same thing that separates us. Is us talking to one another, being honest and forthright with one another, saying, because we're having these types of difficulties in our lives, I think it's best that we part. That's the way it should be from a heavenly standpoint, but that's not the way that it is from a capitalism standpoint. So if there are children involved, oftentimes we like to bring the court system into our lives, but it was never intended to be there in the first place. I know this is hard for a lot of us that are listening to this video to wrap your brain around. And I know many people have been devastated by being married and then having to be divorced and break up because of irreconcilable differences and because of infidelity and various other reasons, financial issues, and that's not good. But such is humanity, if you will, for lack of a better word right now. Such is life. It's just simply that way. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that this was of some benefit to you, and I hope it was of value. And I truly hope that if you have any questions, that you would leave your questions and or comments in the comment section below. And let me say this, it's a little bit late saying this, but I am not a judge, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a legal professional. I'm a human being. I'm a man, just like you are a human being, or a man or a woman watching my video. And this is not legal advice. I'm not giving you legal advice at all. This video is for informational and disclosure, entertainment purposes only. But I'm sure you can read between the lines. And I want you to do your own due diligence, search your hearts. And after searching your hearts, if you do it diligently, you will find that the things that I've just told you, I forestated, are actually 100% genuine and they're 100% true. So if you have any questions, as I said, please leave them in the comment section below. Give me a thumbs up if you really like my video or my videos, and subscribe if you desire. And as always, and as I always say, Yahweh love you, and I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. So long.